Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. This is it. This is the end. Thank God. Thank God it's the end of 2020. Let's hope and pray that 2021 is going to be better. I actually have an instant premiere, not instant premiere. I got a premiere at midnight tonight. So I got just a little video just to kind of start all over with. You guys know it's been a rough year for a lot of people, unless you're a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you did pretty good. The rest of us, not so much. But I want to thank all of you guys that were here with me, because when that pandemic started, when the craziness that was, after being, locked down and everything else, where it was just me and my wife, my wonderful wife. I love my wife and all, and not being able to do the things that we normally do. Thank goodness for YouTube, because YouTube, man, it kept me connected with people and probably kept me from going completely nuts. I'll be 100% honest with you. In some ways, we are so blessed, because, see, when I grew up, if the place was more than about 25 miles from you, when you had your phone, okay, now we had a rotary phone at my house too. I remember, okay, it was long distance. There was no call waiting. There were no video chatting. There was no internet. You had to write a letter and wait for it to get there, or you had to make a long distance call. And if your family was like mine, which didn't have a whole lot of money, Dad wasn't happy if he saw a long distance charge on there. I'm being serious. But today, you got Facebook Live or Facebook, portals, and, we got video chat and this, that, and the other. We got YouTube, and let's be honest here. Let's be 100%. Before the pandemic, everybody communicated by text. Seriously. We would be in the same house, and, my wife would text me from upstairs down to downstairs. The kids, you're eating dinner, the kids are, yeah. So it's not like you were really having all those interactions to begin with. But anyway, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry. And I'm glad that I made it through 2020. I'm hopeful that everybody does better in 2021. But speaking of doing better in 2021, can somebody explain something to me? My video this morning was about, is Randy Gregory making Aldon Smith expendable? And I'm not suggesting that we don't re-sign Aldon Smith, because you can never have enough guys that can rush the passer. But when I was looking at the numbers, here's the thing. I always try and do my own research and things. I'll get an idea and I'll look up the numbers to back it up. Because I was looking at it and saying, Aldon Smith is second on the team in sacks with 5. Aldon Smith started out the season like gangbusters. Aldon Smith, I think the lowest percentage of snaps he's played in a game was 61% of the snaps. That's the low end. Most of the time it's like 75 to like 81 snap percentage of the snaps. He's getting the lion's share, and he's got good numbers. And if he becomes a free agent, he's going to get a good contract with somebody. Now, I do believe that the Cowboys, because they took a chance on him, because he feels comfortable, because of his mental health issues, that he feels good about where he is. And it may be one of those things that, hey, look, since you looked out for me and gave me an opportunity, I'm going to look out for you as well. I don't need a whole lot of money to keep my sanity. So in which case I would love to bring him back. But you still need to look. You need to look at every single player on that roster, be it Dak Prescott, Andy Dalton, and all that. And you have to make decisions based on performance and money. It's the bottom line, because you only have hopefully $195 million this year, might only be $175 million to deal with and having people on the team. And you've got to make every cent count. But as I was going through the numbers with Randy Gregory, now Randy Gregory, 3 forced fumbles. Now, that's not to say Randy Gregory's going to have 3 forced fumbles every game, and more than likely it's not. But to have 1.5 sacks, and in that game, to have had the amount of quarterback hits, we have to keep in mind that he didn't have a training camp. He did not have an off season, and so forth, right? But you look at him right now, he's got a hot hand. You look at Aldon Smith, the lion's share of his numbers were early on in the season, and it may be because he's older and didn't play, for a number of years and didn't have the off season with the Cowboys or, preseason, that his body is just getting tired and worn down. That's not to say that come, next year when he has a full off season and everything else to really get back in shape, that he doesn't come out like gangbusters, because I believe he will. But now you've got some fresh legs there with Randy Gregory. The interesting part, when you see him literally being like a one-man wrecking crew and not having the personal foul penalties. A lot of times when he played before a couple of years ago, he would end up having the low hits on the quarterbacks or the late hits costing you 15 yards. He has not had those brain farts. And you see the damage that he's doing. The amazing thing is, the most percentage of plays he's played in a game yet is only 61. There's no other games that even in the 50s. Some of those games, it's only been like 25%. The thing I don't understand about the Cowboys is understanding who's got the hot hand. And this is where you have to go ahead and look at game time things that are going on. Sometimes your running back is going to be going crazy. Zeke Elliott, he's running the ball like crazy. You keep feeding him until they stop him. Other times, it ain't happening. You may have had it in the game plan, but it's not working. You got to do something else. Get Tony Pollard, maybe outside, try and do basically screenplays. Do something different, because if it ain't working, you got to move away from it. But too many times we see him stick with stuff that just doesn't work. You can look at Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe came in and was on the PUP list in training camp. He never really got started. Yet they stuck with him over and over again until finally it's like, let's make a move. That move should have been made weeks before because you weren't performing. You stuck with Darryl Worley too long. You've had times where things weren't working, yet you stuck to them. But then when you have things that work, it's like, no, we can't change. But see, change is good. Changing what you're doing gets people on their toes, makes other teams question what's going to happen, gives you more looks. And if Aldon Smith seems to be tired and worn down because he's getting almost all of the snaps in the game, 80% of them, wouldn't it behoove you to back him off some? So that way when he does go in, he has fresher legs, since you got a guy who's looking like a grown ass man. I don't understand why we're not playing him more. Because here we are, you've seen what he's been able to do, but yet we haven't been really maximizing that ability. Now, I hope this is just a momentary brain fart, in that we are just not going to be a team that's just slow to react to things in real time. But Randy Gregory needs to have his ass on the field a lot more. Until they stop him, you keep running that mother humper on up the field, getting after that quarterback's ass. Seriously. But if you guys got an answer to why Mike McCarthy and Mike Nolan seem to be slow to changing things, please drop me a message down below, because I'd like to know. It don't make no sense to me. All right, man. To the last couple of hours of 2020, this mother humper is almost out of here. Woo, Nelly. That's some good stuff there. All right, check out that premiere at midnight. And thank you guys again. Be safe. and have a great new year.